While it may get overshadowed by the pure chaos that is the early round battle for Banana on CS2 Inferno, Apartments is one of the most important areas of control out of any map in the game. So today I want to show you guys how to consistently take control of this area every single round on the T side. We're going to start by watching how the pros do it, and then I'll break it all down in a refrag practice server. But before we get into all that, I want to thank today's sponsor, Skins Monkey. So, Skins Monkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code TACTICS on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. So starting off, let's go ahead and take a look at the early round utility from one of the best apps lurkers in the world, Robs. He's going to start off almost every single round by breaking the glass and doing a run jump throw with a Molotov through the window and into apps. This is effectively going to molly off the top stairs area and into long halls to where the CTs can't push down to the bottom of the stairs and take that early fight and get that early control. Right after that, he's going to throw a nice little flash for himself to blind any of the CTs that are going for an aggressive peek towards alt mid. Afterwards, he's just going to make his way into apps and start taking that control. He then very methodically and systematically begins clearing angles, waits for his teammate Rain to get up into apps, and they double peek halls. Robs also enjoys throwing an HE down to the bottom of Boiler from time to time just in case of CT sitting down there waiting. So here's an example where Robs and Hunter actually exchanged nades in this position, and right after that he peeks out and brings down Nexa for the opening kill. And if you'll notice, Rain's really close by to where he could have traded that very easily if the duel went the other way. They do a little bit more damage and are able to get out of there with an opening frag. So now let's go ahead and break down Robs' utility set. So he's going to start off almost every single round by just coming right on out of spawn here. He's going to go into the dead center of the bridge, and he's generally going to shoot out the glass here on this window. Right after he does that, he's just going to line up with the bottom right of this door where it would intersect with the very bottom of the staircase, and he's going to do a run jump throw. Generally, when he hits this point right here on this door, it's very, very loose. You don't have to be that precise. You can throw it early, you can throw it late. It's probably still going to hit. So let's go ahead and take a look. You're just going to go here, break out the glass, go right in the middle, aim here, and do a run jump throw. That's going to hit the door and go all the way up here, and it should spread down to where it engulfs the entirety of this cubby here and does not allow any of the CTs to push down into the staircase, whether they're coming from long halls or from a Boiler here. And then of course, right after Robs throws his Molotov, he's going to simply just throw a flashbang right here at the top of this building to blind any of the CTs as they're taking fast alt mid control. That way he's able to safely get down here into the bottom of stairs. And finally, on occasion, he'll walk out here and just do a left click at the very top of the stairs. That HG is going to go all the way down here and just slam dunk anyone standing here in the bottom of Boiler. So now let's take a look at an alternative approach that G2 take against FaZe in this exact same matchup whenever they're on T side. So Hunter starts us off by breaking the glass, and Nexa throws an apps and window room Molotov from much further back. This lands a little bit quicker and still denies the CTs that early round space. He then follows that up with an HE grenade that goes all the way up into halls just in case they're up in there. And then he takes more of a passive approach while Hunter is getting flashed in by a really nice pop flash lineup from Hooksy, and he's able to jump in there and take that early control. So now let's break down G2's utility set. So Hunter ends up just breaking out the glass early on, and then next is just going to go right here into pretty much the middle of this archway where he can still see this door. And he's going to aim right here on the halfway point of it, and he's going to do a run jump throw the second he gets down, towards the front of this arch. So he's going to aim right here and do a run jump throw right about now. That's going to go all the way up here, and it's going to go land here, fully molly this area off, but it's also going to fully spread all the way to the front of the balcony. So it completely takes care of this entire window room, as well as completely mollying off the top of Boiler here to where they're not able to push through as effectively. So it's a pretty good utility set, but if you'll notice, that does still leave the possibility for the Ts, or the CTs rather, to run down the stairs and take this early fight. So if you'll notice, Nexa ends up going here and holding this angle early on to make sure none of that's happening, and then he slowly approaches here. Meanwhile, Hooksy ends up getting into this position and just does a simple left click throw with a flashbang at the top right of this O, and that's going to go all the way up into here and full blind anyone that's sitting down here at the bottom of Boiler here. And same with anyone that may be up here on the top. I got a little bit lost in the flash, but same with anyone holding an angle like this or just playing, an angle like that. They're going to get absolutely destroyed by that flashbang. So after recording this, I realized that Nexa ended up missing his HE grenade. I think he threw it a little bit too late to where it ended up banking off the bottom of the window and hitting there. So what I think he was going for here is he wanted to aim kind of low here and do a jump throw right when he got up to the top of this step to where it ends up banking all the way and hitting over here towards the end of long haul. That's what I would assume he was going for here, just in case there's any CTs, you know, bumbling around in this area. I think that would be a pretty good nade to throw and pair up with that utility set. So definitely give that a shot and see how it goes. So moving on to a couple of last bonus tips, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that once you get control of apps here, you're actually able to spam through this window to take down anyone that's going to be sitting on the other side of it in this nice little boost position. And what's cool about that is if you go right here into this corner, you can actually spam towards the top left of this window and you're going to actually dink and headshot this player right here, for it does about 30 damage to the window. So it's not the best spam. If you're going for body shots, it's doing 8 per shot. Not great. But if they're tucked all the way in that corner, it's pretty free to just go up into here and just spam the top left of this, right? And you're going to do a significant amount of damage. And I believe you're still able to hear the dink through the wall. They recently changed it where I don't think you can hear body shots quite as well, but if you dink them, you're going to hear it and get that information that they're up there. If you have players close, they may be able to peek off that information and get that kill and get that trade. It's a very good, very free spam that you can do anytime you have this control. So now let's talk about an exit strategy. Whenever your team decides, hey, let's go ahead and hit the A site, what are some ways that you can be useful from apps? I actually have a whole video on this, so go ahead and feel free to check that out. Link's going to be in the description, but as a little refresher, if you decide to go out boiler and help your team hit lane, a great way you can actually molly off this angle from stairs is you just aim right here towards the top of this door frame and just do a run through with a molly that's going to pop all the way out here, and it should spread and fully molly off this position to where they can't sit all the way back in the corner here, and you're able to take this control, especially if your teammates have smoked off the good old-fashioned arch side. And now moving on, if you're ever the deep apps lurk and you want to help your team out by coming out balcony during an A hit, you can go right here into this corner of the radiator and you can do a simple left click with the smoke at the very bottom center of this little brick right here. You just aim right there from this position. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. You do a simple left click throw, and that's going to bank all the way off here. It's going to land on the top of this van, and it's going to be a nice little exit lurk smoke that you can come out here, not have to worry about any of the angles on site, but you can clear pit incrementally. You can even molly it off just like this, or you can go count 1, 2, 3 bars over, right? You can go right in the middle of this and do a simple left click right where this little diagonal line is here. And that molly is going to go all the way out here, and it's going to molly off big pit right here perfectly. So you can throw that, and while you're at it, you can just go right here into the middle of this and just crouch and just do a simple left click throw right towards the top of this chimney. That's going to pop out, and it's going to full blind any of the guys back here, you know, caught out in the open from that molly. And just like that, you have a very good utility set to help you exit out of balcony and help your team with the A hit. So yeah, anyways, guys, I hope this video helps you out in your next CS2 Inferno match. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to support me, go ahead and click the Skins Monkey link down in the description.